Step right up, dummies, and listen to the Stupidest Sports Show on Earth with Rodney Newpol and Tim Van Stratton. Yeah. Well, hello there, people. This is the first episode of the Stupidest Sports Show on Earth. Can you believe it? I am Tim, the hick from French Lick Van Stratton. It's a completely original nickname, mine and mine only. I'm one of the co-idiots here of the stupid show. We'll call it Triple S, I think, moving forward. My co-host today is Rodney Newpol. He is also stupid. Rodney, how are you?
I am very stupid. I am also known as AKA Newpol Rodney on Twitter. If you're here, you probably already follow. So thank you very much. And I am really excited about this. The intro was bussin', right? Is that the right word?
I think that's what the kids say. I'm very out of touch. So, first of all, thank you for joining us, everyone who's out there. So just a little quick background about the couple of idiots that you're listening to today. Rodney and I used to host a show on the radio. Believe it or not, there used to be an FM radio.
Yeah.
It existed. It was a thing. And Rodney and I did an hour of sports talk every single day where we were, gas bagging, giving takes, opinions, what have you. But ultimately, we missed it so much all these years later that we were like, you know what? Screw it. Let's do it again. It literally was an idea. And Rodney, you can back me up on this. We came up with this idea yesterday, Monday.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a long time in the making. We've kind of flirted with the ideas before. We've talked about it. We've gotten busy and stuff like that. But here we are. We're in it. We're in it to win it this time. We are here to stay. This is gonna be awesome moving forward. Looking forward to it.
So let's get on to some sports talk, okay? Now, first let's back up for a second. The reason that we are the stupidest sports show on earth. Let's start there. There are so many podcasts out there. There's too many, and we've just created another one. However, while other podcasts try to give you all of the information and all of the stats and all of the data that are going to guarantee you endless amounts of wealth and prosperity and make you this brainiac who's going to achieve levels of sports knowledge that are hard to comprehend, we do the opposite. We remind you here on Triple S that it is okay to be ignorant. It is okay to be dumb. In fact, it is fun to be dumb because a lot of times that's what wins.
It is.
That's what wins. Sometimes it's the obvious answer. That is the correct answer. Sometimes results do matter more than process. And that's what we're going to do here twice a week, where we're just going to remind you about all of the stuff that made us fans of sports in the first place. And we're going to have fun. We're going to have a lot of laughs. And we're not going to take ourselves or sports too seriously because, again, that's what smart people would do. And we're not that. We don't like nerds.
And if you come on here and you are one of those that takes it too serious, you're gonna get made fun of. I mean, it's just really all there is to it. We will absolutely destroy you on this show.
Yeah, we'll hurt your feelings. We'll make you sad. You'll cry.
We're definitely gonna call you a nerd.
Definitely nerd. Yeah, that's really the one rule here. No nerds. So on that note, I want to start with some football talk here. So as of recording, this was the day that every single NFL team had to finalize their 53-man roster.
Yes.
So we're going to spend the next 8 hours going through each. No, we're not. But I am going to give you a full rundown of some of the main names that are now jobless, that are unemployed. Rodney, do any of these names do anything for you as far as like, oh, I'm surprised that this person was cut? We're going to start with someone who I'm not going to lie. I despise this person on many levels. Kadarius Toney was cut today from the Kansas City Chiefs. He was, of course, a healthy scratch in the Super Bowl in February. He is constantly injured. And when he is on the field, he contributes less than nothing. He actually loses yards. He turns the ball over. Are you surprised that Kadarius Toney was cut today?
I am not surprised that he got cut. I am not surprised. I will be surprised if he latches on with another team. I think he's horrible. And I saw a tweet today. It was like, as soon as he got cut, he put his house for sale, and it was like the blue tent on the sideline, the injury tent. That was a good one. That was a non-nerd tweet that I really enjoyed. And I don't know, man. I just don't think he's going to latch on anywhere. He had his hands they just don't work.
Right. Hands are important as a wide receiver. He doesn't have any. Other notable names that are now unemployed. Desmond Ridder was cut today by the Arizona Cardinals. He was once regarded as the Falcons quarterback of the future. They gave him some chances the last couple of years. He was terrible. And now he is, couldn't even make it as a Cardinals backup. So he's now a free agent. Tim Patrick, who I believe just got picked up somewhere, but he was cut by the Denver Broncos. Bailey Zappi, another backup quarterback. Kind of a surprise, I guess, at least to me, the first one that was cut from the Patriots. Then we have Noah Brown, former Texan. He is now cut. Caleb Farley, who was a first-round pick from the Titans just 3 years ago, he was cut today. Allen Robinson, who years ago I once advocated the Chicago Bears should extend Allen Robinson, and he's done nothing since then except bounce around from team to team, be kind of useless, and was cut today by the New York Football Giants. And then Matt Breida was the other one I was going to mention here. Like, no one there really that you're like, oh, this person, they deserve a spot on a roster. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, Allen Robinson was one of those could have been type guys, and maybe what did he have? Maybe a year and a half of shelf life for him. But yeah, I mean, I'm going all hip here. He's cooked. Allen Robinson's cooked, man. He's about done with the NFL. I don't see him latching on anywhere either. I think his leash has come to an end.
Makes me sad, but alas, we move on. We move on from the men who are without a team to some guys who are on a team. And Rodney, this is going to bring us to our first official segment of the Stupidest Sports Show on Earth.
Oh, no.
And it is going to make you in particular feel very stupid. It is so on brand. I have created a game. Now, I don't want to rip off TNT. All right, let's start here. TNT inside the NBA has this very popular segment that they've done for years with Charles Barkley. It's called Who He Play For, where Chuck, who is paid millions of dollars to analyze the NBA, frequently does not know the players in the NBA, what team they now play for. They'll ask, hey, who does this guy play for? He has no idea. I've created a version similar to that, except instead of saying who he play for, I've created a game called, oh, he's on that team now? Huh.
Here we go.
That's it. That's the name of the game. So I'm going to run through some players here for you, Rodney. And you're going to tell me which team this NFL player, and I'll tell you on the front end, they are all players that you would know from fantasy football. You host a fantasy football show on the radio every single Sunday here in Peoria. You should know all these players, and you should know where they are all now, because you, of course, are a fantasy expert.
Yeah.
Feeling good? Feeling confident?
Yeah, but can I give the listeners a little background on what my football research has been so far this summer?
Oh, please do.
Yeah, so about June, I scheduled an August 1st lunch meeting with you because you kept inundating me. Is that the right word? You kept flooding me with new players on new teams. So I said, hey, man, catch me up August 1st. I can't keep up. I'm not that big of a nerd. So August 1st came and we had plans. You had plans. I had plans. You went out of town, whatever. I was out of town. We didn't get that one done. So rescheduled. I need to get this done before the start of the NFL season. We rescheduled it for, I think, August 14th. Well, yeah, that one didn't go real well for me either. So we didn't get our lunch in. So my NFL research is, oh, shoot, my first draft is tomorrow. And I haven't done anything yet. Skeeter is going to be very disappointed in me hosting the show in 5 days. And so I might fail this game.
I think the listeners are actively rooting for you to fail this game, which is why I kind of made it. So here we go. Oh, he's on that team now? Huh. 2024 NFL edition. These are all players that you definitely know, but I don't think you'll know their team in 2024. So here we go. Number one, I started easy for you. Deontay Johnson, former Pittsburgh Steeler wide receiver. He was traded.
Deontay Johnson. Did he go to Seattle?
Ooh, a very good guess. Except
No.
It's on the opposite end of the country. He's a Carolina Panther.
He went to Carolina. Yeah.
Oh, now it's so
Carolina.
easy. Yes, that was the easy one that I gave you up front. Deontay Johnson. All right, next we have Cordarrelle Patterson. Many fantasy football players know Cordarrelle Patterson is the guy who stole all of Bijan Robinson's touches last year. Cordarrelle Patterson, no longer an Atlanta Falcon. He is now where?
He went to the Steelers.
He did go to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Not a flattering photo I used there.
That's him?
Yes. Number 84. That is Cordarrelle Patterson.
I believe it looks like he put on a lot of weight.
I'm just going to point out the same frustrations that we had last year with Bijan Robinson getting his touches taken away from Cordarrelle. All the people that draft Najee Harris this year, good luck to you. All right, next one.
Yeah,
Alexander Madison.
Yeah, I don't draft Najee anymore. Ooh, Alexander Madison.
Former Viking. He is no longer a Viking.
No longer a Viking, but didn't he go to the Raiders?
He is a Las Vegas Raider. Rodney, 2 for 3. I'm not giving you Deontay Johnson. I only accept your first guess. So we have 2 for 3 right now.
Yeah. How many do I have here?
Mike Gesicki.
Who? Oh. Old Dolphin.
Old Dolphin, old
Patriot. Like he's in a picture. He went to somebody that needed a tight end. Cincinnati?
Rodney. You were correct. Amazing. What an amazing display. I am regretting a lot of these choices here. Hold on. I'm going to add some music. Just give this a little bit of zeal here. Hold on. There we go. Just a little background music, just to liven the mood here. So you're 3 for 4. Let's keep going. Next.
How many do I have? Oh,
TBD. Jonnu Smith, another former Falcon.
Yeah. What happened to those guys? Falcon. Well, I like that music.
Thank you.
I don't know where Jonnu went. Jonnu went to the Patriots.
Jonnu Smith is a Miami Dolphin.
Why?
Because so typically what happens is when there's a free agent, an NFL team will offer free agent a contract. In this particular instance, Jonnu Smith got a contract offer from the Miami Dolphins that was agreeable, and he signed it. So now he's part of their team. Next level contract talk. See, it's the music that lulled you into a false sense of security.
When's he going to get the ball?
It's not my job to determine
when is Jonnu going to get the ball?
It's Mike McDaniel, That's nerd's job to figure out how to get everyone the ball. Okay.
He is a nerd. DJ went to Arizona.
Is that your final answer?
I know my running backs. Yeah, he went to Arizona. I know my running backs. Boom! I saw that picture, actually. I've seen that picture.
It's like the only picture I could find of DJ Dallas as an Arizona Cardinal. Yes, DJ Dallas to the Cardinals. Next, we have Nyheim Hines, Mr. I know my running backs.
I should probably get this one if I knew my running back. Nyheim Hines went to... Well, he's in Buffalo in that picture. Yes. But he's... Oh, I did hear this. He's going to take over for Nick Chubb in Cleveland.
Rodney, you are quite the expert here. You are making me look bad.
It's like 5 out of 7 now.
Yeah, I lost count. Again, it's the stupidest sports show on earth. I can only count so high.
Numbers don't matter.
Mason Rudolph.
Pittsburgh's got a quarterback issue, but it does not have anything to do with Mason Rudolph anymore. He went to the Tennessee Titans.
Now I'm getting upset. That is correct.
He looks good in a Titans uniform.
He does. You know what? I hate to admit it because I don't really like the guy too much. Something about it, just his face. But yeah, he looks very good in that light blue. the Titans.
But let me ask you, where did Mason Rudolph go to college?
Oh,
Because
was it like
don't know shit about college football.
Hold on, it's coming to me. Was it Oregon State?
No, but you have the right initials. It was the Cowboys.
Hold on, no,
Mike Gundy,
hold on.
Oklahoma State.
Oh, Oklahoma State. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, let the record show. That's what I meant to say. I was hacked. Antonio Gibson.
He just played against his former team in a preseason game. And they played the Patriots. Bang.
He is a Patriot. We have KJ Osborne.
Oh, I have no idea. KJ Osborne, Cowboys.
Also a Patriot.
Cowboys. Patriot. Also Patriots. Yeah, okay.
Also Patriots.
Okay, KJ, good luck.
I knew I'd get you the back-to-back Patriots. That's just a little trick I had. All right. All right. Looks like there's only two more here. Devin Duvernay. Former Raven.
I mean, honestly, I am surprised he's still in the league.
Same.
I'm surprised he's still in the league. But I think he went to Jacksonville.
Amazing. And yes, this is the only picture I could find. Just a very
8 out of 11.
Unclear. Yeah, Devin Duvernay's Jaguars. All right, last one, Rodney. Josh Dobbs. Josh Dobbs. Now, to be fair, Josh Dobbs played for 14 teams just last year alone. Where's he now?
Yes, he did. He's not starting anywhere, so let's go I mean, he's not I'm wrong here, but is he Kansas City?
Very close, actually. The runner-up in the Super Bowl. Okay. San Francisco 49ers. So he's Brock Purdy's back.
I knew it was the Super Bowl team. Yeah, Brock Purdy. I don't know about that guy.
About Purdy?
What do you think about Brock Purdy? Yeah.
All right. I think begrudgingly, I have to admit that Brock Purdy is better than I assumed, because at this point he got his team within, they were in overtime in the Super Bowl. It's obviously good enough. He's better than, Sam Darnold or Mason Rudolph or whoever else. That being said, there are a lot of nerds who did crunch the numbers and found things like, when Trent Williams is not on the field, the 49ers offense entirely collapses and Brock Purdy has 3 touchdowns to 9 interceptions. So he's someone who absolutely does not squander the opportunity that he has with, what's around him, whether it's McCaffrey, whether it's Debo and Ayuk and Kittle and Trent Williams on the offensive line and Shanahan as his coach. However, if his top weapon goes away or his top offensive lineman goes away, I think that he gets exposed pretty quickly and pretty easily. And that's why I'll never consider him to be an elite quarterback, where Patrick Mahomes can have a dog shit offensive line or, no running back, whatever. And it doesn't matter. And then when you do give him those things, it's game over. It's unstoppable. So anyway, that was, he's on that team now?
Yeah, I like that segment. That's good. And it got me a little bit more prepared for the NFL. Thank you. Thank you for that. I did pretty good. I think I got 8 out of 12.
You did a lot better than I thought. I was expecting just garbage, but what I've learned is that you secretly have watched a lot of preseason football, and I did not expect that from you. As someone who actively just despises football, other than the fact that it makes him a lot of money in the fall.
I watched 0% of preseason football. 0. I didn't watch a single down. But I followed it on Twitter and
of course,
Facebook and ESPN and stuff like that. Yeah.
Of course.
Anyway,
all right.
That's a good segment. I like that.
Thank you. Well, I've come up with another segment for you. By the way, thank you for everyone who's listening. If you have any comments, by the way, feel free to just drop them in the chat. We maybe will read them, maybe not. Depends. If you're trying to sound smart, make fun of you.
Did you know we had to have a premium account to share this link on Twitter?
No. Learned that seconds after we went live. Awesome. Thanks, Elon.
Yeah. I mean, don't you think that Elon has just made things even much more difficult than they really need to be?
All right, so we're about 20 minutes or so into our first ever Stupidest Sports Show on Earth. How much do we want to talk about how much we hate Elon Musk and what he's turned what we formerly loved into the cesspool that it is today? How much we want to spend on that?
Yeah, because like I could go on this thing and get like TweetDeck, and TweetDeck would like give me all sorts of stuff, and I could just press button here and there. Now I got like verified organizations and communities and premium and all this. What's Grok? I don't even know what this stuff is that Twitter has anymore. Elon absolutely screwed this up. And X, like, no, it's Twitter. And you made the right call when we got this account and muted him because I'm tired of hearing from him. Tired of it. That's what I gotta say.
Our For You page for our account that followed exclusively people that we know and sports things, etc. Our For You page was every like 4 or 5 tweets with something from Elon, and I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this.
Yeah.
Not today.
Yeah, he set the deck. I mean, that's what he's done. He set the deck so him and his people could get their word out there. Now, no more. We are not allowing that nerd in our lives.
What a giant dork. And that leads us to our next game. Gas or ass? We know Elon Musk is ass. But how about some of the more well-known college football teams? Now, this is going to be a semi-recurring segment here on the Stupidest Sports Show on Earth with Rodney and Tim. So, gas or ass? The premise is real simple here. In this particular segment, I'm going to give you 5 college football teams. I've compiled a list of 5, giving you their over-unders, and you're going to tell me gas as in, you know what, I'm fired up, I'm taking the over, I love this team, or they're ass, taking that under, they are cheeks, they're a bad football team. Does that make sense? I put a lot of thought into gas or ass. I want to make sure that you're on board with it.
I think I got it. Yeah, I think I got it. I'm looking forward to seeing what teams we're here to talk about. I am the college football expert of this show. Yes,
that's true. I do not deny that.
Yeah.
And honestly, you might be the NFL now after how you did. He's on that team now, huh? It was very impressive. All right, gas or ass? Here we go. The number 1 team that we were going to start off with, the Clemson Tigers. Now, the Clemson Tigers last year had a fairly up and down season. They finished 9-4. They started off kind of rough, but then they had a nice little streak to close out the year. They're returning a lot of their key pieces. Cade Klubnik is back at QB. They got the Phil Maffa, the senior running back, who should be pretty good. This is maybe the only premier college football team going right now that does not believe in the transfer portal. So they do not have additions coming via transfer portal. Dabo is just clinging to this thing, even though we all know it's a lost cause. But I digress. Clemson right now, they're over-under set at 9.5 wins. Rodney, how do you think the Tigers are going to do this year? And are they gas or are they ass?
Clemson Tigers are total ass.
What?
Dabo Sweeney, complete ass. Overrated, and if he doesn't get in the transfer, so he's going to play this game where he's going to allow any of his players. Well, he's not going to allow it because it happens. He can't force them, but he's going to let some of his players leave. But he's not going to bring players in. Okay, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And honestly, he just needs to be quiet. He's one of those guys that just needs to be quiet as well. Shut your mouth and coach football. Dabo Sweeney. Clemson Tigers, complete ass. They're not going to win 10 games. They've got Georgia on Saturday. No chance. the Dogs are going to bark all over them. They got North Carolina State. I think they're pretty good. They're going to beat Clemson. You've got at Florida State. Florida State's already taken their ACC loss. They've got Louisville in there. They've got South Carolina in there. That's 5 games that I think they're going to lose. 7-5, maybe. And who's to say they're not going to choke one of those? Clemson Tigers, complete ass.
Dabo, stick to sports, says Rodney. All right, next we're gonna throw up a softball for you here. Rodney is a diehard Kansas Jayhawks fan, certainly for basketball, but he does love his Jayhawks football. So, Rodney, your Kansas Jayhawks are sitting at 8.5 wins for an over/under after going 9-4 last year. This is again the same Kansas football program that. Oh, you got the fireworks up. Yep. I already knew where this was going. There was a time, Rodney, where Kansas football was just the laughingstock of Division I football, and now we're sitting here 8.5 wins, and I already know what you're going to say here: gas or ass for the Jayhawks.
They are not the laughingstock anymore. They are complete gas. This Kansas team, Lance Leipold's got a great squad. Jalen Daniels is back. He's going to stay healthy this year. Please, please, please. They start with Lindenwood. They're going to beat them by like 50. They don't have a real tough schedule. They do have to go to Manhattan, Little Manhattan out there in Kansas. That's going to be maybe their toughest game of the year. Kansas is going to be competing for one of those 12 spots in the college football playoffs. Mark it right now, August 28th. The Jayhawks with a chance to go to the college football playoffs. Kansas Jayhawks, complete gas. Potential Big 12 winner.
Ignoring the fact that it's definitely August 27th and not August 28th. But then again, that's why we are the stupidest sports show on earth, because dates are hard.
my computer says it's 28th.
What time zone are you in? We live like 4 minutes away from each other.
So, bro, when we started StreamYard like an hour and a half ago, this completely like wiped out my computer. I'm not kidding. Actually, I haven't had a chance to tell you the story because I got back on with 4 minutes to go, and you're like, bro, we're 4 minutes to go until we're on the show. But like, it says 3:28 on August 28th right now. I have a lot of work to do after this to get this thing back set up. I literally was like frantically trying to get back on this thing. It's the 27th, but my computer says 28th. I'll show you proof if you want.
Perhaps I'm going to throw a theory out there. Maybe you're in the future. We don't realize it. You're in the future before everyone else right now.
Yeah, maybe.
And you can tell us the outcome of all of the sporting events. Relay that to us, and we can gamble and win everything because you already saw the results hours ahead of time. Dude, you're like 6 hours ahead of me right now. You'll know everything.
So I'm in London? Is that where I'm at? I'm in London.
6? Yeah, that sounds about right. All right. We're not going to go to London, though. We're instead going to stay right here in Illinois. As much as Rodney loves all things Kansas Jayhawks, he hates everything Illinois Fighting Illini. The Fighting Illini football team, as long as I've lived in Illinois, has been ass. Brett Bielema seems like a great guy. Seems like a cool dude, but this is I don't even know at this point. Year 4, year 5 of Brett. I feel like they had maybe one promising season, but they are consistently at best like 8th in the Big Ten. Now they've added UCLA, USC, Oregon, Washington. All 4 of those schools are probably going to be ahead of Illinois immediately. Illinois is right now at 5.5 wins. Are they gas or are they ass?
I apologize, Jim Madsen, but the Illini are complete ass. Again, they got the Kansas Jayhawks in week 2, so obviously I could be eating my words very quickly here. Illinois, Kansas, in Champaign. They've got Nebraska. They've got Penn State. They've got Michigan. They got Oregon. I think they'll lose to Rutgers. I think they're going to lose to Northwestern. No bowl game for the Illini. The Orange and Bluers, the whatever you want to call them, are complete ass. Aaron says Fighting Illini all day, but not happening, Aaron. Sorry, bro. Illini ass.
Yeah. I appreciate the support for Illinois, but I've learned one thing. Illinois football will always disappoint you. And Illinois basketball will look really good and then disappoint you just a little bit later on.
You remember what happened in Illinois basketball against UConn? Remind me what happened there. Remember how that game went?
I'm pretty sure that UConn is still on a scoring run right now. What at this point, it's like 5 months later. What is it, like 794 to 0?
Yeah, he went like a 36-0 run. Good work, Illini. Good work.
All right, next we'll stay. This is so gross. We're going to stay in the Big Ten here, and we're going to go to the UCLA Bruins. Yes. One of the 4 new schools, as I previously mentioned, that are now in the Big Ten Conference. UCLA with a new coach, Deshaun Foster, who revealed to everyone that UCLA is in Los Angeles and USC is in Los Angeles. And, it's good to be in LA. And, not a great opening statement from their new coach, but I'm sure that there is going to be a little bit of optimism there after moving on from Chip Kelly, another losing record in conference play last year. So UCLA, like their new conference rivals, Illinois, have an over-under sitting at 5.5 wins. Rodney, the Bruins, are they gas or are they ass?
I like the Bruins. They are going to have a tough row because they've got a pretty tough schedule. They got LSU, they got Oregon, they got Penn State, Nebraska, Washington, USC in there. I do think they're going to get to 6 wins, though. I like Deshaun Foster as a head coach. I followed these guys fairly closely this offseason as they've kind of went through with their new coach, Ethan Garbers, as the main guy, the quarterback there. I like Harden as the running back. I think the Bruins are going to be a little bit better than a lot of people think, which means I'm going to go over. But this is not a Big Ten winning team yet. This is not a national title contending winner yet. But I'm going to take the over 5.5 wins for the Bruins. And yes, he did not win the press conference. That was actually kind of funny. But while we're on the topic, UCLA to the Big Ten does not make me laugh as much as Cal, the Golden Bears, in the Atlantic Coast Conference.
Yes.
That one cracks me up every time. Cal Bears, Atlantic Coast Conference, sitting on the Pacific Coast.
Yeah, well, just wait until you get the famous Stanford versus Wake Forest rivalry, and then you'll understand.
Yeah.
All right, our final.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like Big Ten going UCLA against Rutgers. Nice, guys, nice.
Our final team for gas or ass, and there's a chance that this might break Rodney. It's the Colorado Buffaloes, the Fighting Deons, once again sitting at 5.5 wins. Just a quick reminder here, Rodney, as you mull whether the Colorado Buffaloes are gas or ass. This team last year captured the nation by storm, winning their first 3 games, including a ranked game against the number 17th ranked TCU. Beat Nebraska, beat Colorado State. Started 3-0. Deion's getting interviewed by 60 Minutes. Great thing. They then went on to lose against Oregon, against USC, against Stanford, against UCLA, against Oregon State, against Arizona, against Washington State, and against Utah. They finished 1-8 in the Pac-12, 4-8 overall. They are now in a brand new conference. But is it going to be brand new vibes, or are we going to get another miserable season in Boulder? Colorado Buffaloes, gas or ass, Mr. Newple?
The Colorado Buffaloes are ass, and I know a lot of people are going to say, you just don't like Deion. You don't like the greatness he brings. I don't like overhyped teams, overrated teams that cannot follow through on the field. Teams that want to continue to talk about how great they are and go on and win 4 games. In fact, don't be surprised if Colorado loses this week to North Dakota State. Do not be surprised. That line's only around 10 points. That makes you a little bit nervous. North Dakota State's a real solid team. They've got Nebraska, Central Florida, Arizona, Texas Tech, Utah, Kansas, Oklahoma State on the schedule. They're not getting the 6 wins, Tim. They're not doing it, just like last year. And the biggest bets right now are on the Colorado Buffaloes. People are picking them to win week 1. People are picking them to win the Big 12. Hell, people are picking them to win the national title. Just throwing away money. Colorado Buffaloes, complete ass in 2024.
Do they have the offensive lineman that Dion was saying they didn't have last year? Do they finally have the hog mollies up front? I know that was a big point of contention with him last year, and the reason why they did not achieve their goals, I guess.
He did go get a big boy, a real good big boy, but he needs more than that. He needs more than that. He's gonna need his dudes to stay healthy, including his son, including Travis Hunter, who has shown he has been hurt before and plays both sides of the. I mean, here's the deal: like if you're gonna play both sides of the football, there's a real good chance you're gonna get hurt in college football. I mean,
Yeah,
you're playing double the snaps that some of these other dudes are playing, you're probably going to get hurt. So he needs Hunter on the field. He needs Shadir on the field, and he needs the big dude that he grabbed on the field to have any chance. But I still say 5 wins is maybe their highest. They're not getting to 6. Colorado Buffaloes are ass.
Aaron, who's watching on YouTube, again, I believe it's the only place that you can currently stream us right now because Elon and his failure of running Twitter have prevented us from doing so unless we pay him X amount of money per month to get a check mark. Aaron says Pac schools minus USC going to have a rude awakening. See, and Rodney, you can maybe give me and tell me I'm wrong here. I feel the opposite. I feel like Washington and Oregon are going to come to the Big Ten and they're going to be like, wait, seriously? This is it? Like we've always talked about how overrated the Big Ten is. Don't you feel like those schools are going to come in and be like, oh, this is pretty easy. We just have to beat Iowa?
Yeah, or Oregon, yes. I don't know about Washington. Washington lost a lot of dudes. They got a new coach.
Yeah.
Kalen DeBoer had a whole bunch of great players there. They're all gone. I think Washington's going to take a step back, obviously, this year. Oregon's going to run teams over. I mean, Oregon's going to absolutely – I mean, yeah. Oregon's going to have to play Iowa, really? Like you score 2 touchdowns and you're going to beat Iowa. Oregon's going to score 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. I mean, yeah, I do, and I think UCLA and USC are going to be pretty solid too. So I'm going to agree to disagree there, Mr. Aaron, but do appreciate you following the show. Thank you.
All right, so next we wanted to move. By the way, that was gas or ass. I think we'll keep it around. We'll of course change it, depending on things. Do some NFL, do some MLB, but we envision gas or ass becoming one of the staple segments of our new show. Right. Next, we're going to just cover a few things around the world of Major League Baseball here. We have about a month left in the season. Rodney's Cardinals are clinging to life right now as a team that's 500, a little under 500. I know certainly you would say their ass and not gas. It's funny, by the way. So we live in an area where it's very split between the Cubs and the Cardinals.
Yes.
The Cubs and Cardinals have essentially had the same record for about 2 months now. Yet 80% of Cardinals fans that I see on Twitter or like who I interact with have all said, yeah, this team sucks. Like they don't deserve to go to the playoffs. This is a bad team. On the other side, I see like 80% of Cubs fans that are like, we're like 5 back of the wild card. We can do it. Like they have this delusional confidence, even though them and the Cardinals are basically the same team. But the Cardinals, Busch Stadium is having the lowest attendance that it's ever had since the stadium opened. Meanwhile, Wrigley Field sold out every night, and there's this delusional belief that team is actually going to make a run here and pass the Mets and pass the Padres and the Diamondbacks and the Braves and go to the playoffs. I mean, no, I don't even know how to put that into a question, but like, am I insane or like are Cubs fans just like Cubs and Cardinals? Like, there's no way that either of those teams is going to make a realistic run here to get into one of those wild card spots, right? And certainly not the NL Central.
Yeah, no chance. I mean, the Cubs obviously won again tonight. Cardinals lost again. So, I mean, the Cubs actually are now a game and a half ahead of the Cardinals. But you're talking about like 5 to 6 games back. Cubs are to the Braves in that third wild card spot. We can't even talk about San Diego and Arizona. They're far ahead. I mean, they may even be double digits ahead at this point, and they're not losing. I mean, Arizona and San Diego are going to end up winning 90 games. Cubs may finish 500, 85 wins, maybe. Cardinals are done. I mean, they're going through that stretch where they're playing. I mean, they got the Padres now. They got the Yankees next. They just went through the Dodgers, the Twins. I mean, not to make excuses, but they've been done for a while, and this schedule is obviously just putting them away. But no, the National League teams are decided. It's the Phillies, it's the Brewers, it's the Dodgers, it's the Diamondbacks, it's the Padres, and it's the Braves. Maybe the Mets make a little run at the Braves. I doubt it. Even though Atlanta is beat up, they're still better than the Mets. Those are the 6 teams in the National League. I'd be really surprised if there was any other team that made it in.
And it's funny, too, because you said the National League has 6 teams set. The American League is pretty similar as well, where the Yankees and Orioles are going to get in. Now, who's going to win the division? Not so sure. But both those teams are going to be in the playoffs. The Central, right now, the Guardians have a 1-run lead as of recording this over the Royals. The Twins are 2.5 back. But all 3 of those teams seem to be right there in the playoff conversation. And then the AL West, I mean, Seattle can't hit. I mean, it's only 3 games right now, but I would be surprised if Seattle ended up overtaking Houston here. Certainly Seattle at 2 games over 500, I don't think is going to be able to get into a wild card spot. So the next best team is Boston, who's like 4.5 back at the final wild card spot. So maybe again in the AL, you have your 6 teams already about a month out, unless you think Boston or Seattle actually makes a charge and gets to the postseason. I personally don't think so.
I mean, I considered the Houston Astros dead about 3 months ago, and you
told me, you did.
Yeah, you said, oh, maybe not so fast. Now they're 3 games up. Seattle's went on a complete tank job. Speaking of Seattle, they got the Cardinals coming up soon. It'd be interesting to see them. And did you see Julio Rodriguez and Haley Van Lith doing a little jersey swap there the other day?
Does Julio still suck?
It's a power couple if you've ever seen one before.
Yeah, no, but to your point, yes, this was like in May where you texted me and you were like, the AL West is wrapped up, right? So I was like, no, you're forgetting a huge wild card here. And it's the fact that the Seattle Mariners are terrible. They're a bad baseball team. And you are discounting the Houston Astros, who have gone to the ALCS every year for like 10 straight years now.
And are probably going to do it again.
Right. Like, don't make that mistake again.
My bad. But yeah, I mean, Yankees, Orioles in the AL East will be interesting to see who wins. I'm rooting for Kansas City out of the Central. I like that team. I love Bobby Witt. I think I traded him to you a couple years ago. Good move. I'm not sold on Minnesota. They can be the 6th seed and lose to the Yankees again. And then Houston's going to win the AL West and probably be the Astros and I don't know, Orioles in the ALCS. If the Orioles remember how to hit in the postseason.
Real quick before I bring up another baseball topic. There's 5 World Series favorites right now. The Dodgers, the Yankees, Phillies, the Orioles, the Astros.
Yeah.
Will one of those teams win it all?
No.
Go on.
I'm taking the San Diego Padres.
Padres are 7th right now, so they're not terribly far out of it. It's Braves and then Padres are right there. And it's funny, you're not the first person that I've heard that's been, kind of high on the Padres right now. They've played very good baseball, and they've done it without Tatis in large part. Yeah,
I mean, you got Machado and you got Jackson Merrill obviously having a terrific season. I mean, Jurickson Profar has been terrific. Dylan Cease is the front end of the rotation. That's a really good team. And obviously Mike Schulte's in the house there. Somehow Arizona, who started very poorly again this year, is still ahead of San Diego. And Arizona's like, hey guys, we're the defending NL champions and still just 3 back of the Dodgers. So they're there. If I am putting money on this, I'm taking the San Diego Padres at 7th best odds out of those 12.
All right. So I wanted to bring up another baseball topic with you here. There's a chance, Rodney, that we could have 2 Triple Crown winners in the year of our Lord 2024. So as of today, okay, let's start in the American League here. We know that Aaron Judge, that behemoth who plays for the Yankees, is going to lead the league in homers. He's going to lead the league in RBIs. Done, decided. Okay.
Yeah.
He is currently 2nd right now in batting average. He's hitting .333. Bobby Witt Jr., as you just mentioned, is on a tear. He's hitting .347 this year. I mean, it's not crazy to consider that Bobby Witt Jr. falls off a little bit here And Aaron Judge, as he continues his quest for 60-plus homers again, passes him up. Now, I think Aaron Judge is going to win the MVP regardless of if he gets the Triple Crown. But could be an interesting thing to follow here the last month of the season. However, I want to look at the National League for a second. So the National League right now, there are 2 designated hitters who are running the 3 main categories. So right now, the National League batting average leader, 307, is Marcell Ozuna. The
wild.
RBI leader is Marcell Ozuna.
Yeah, that's wild. Another former Cardinal.
Right. And homers right now is Shohei Ohtani, followed by Marcell Ozuna, who has 4 fewer than Ohtani.
Yeah.
Now, all that being said, Ohtani's only 2 RBIs back. He has the lead in homers. And, we'll see what happens with his batting average. I think he's probably around, 290 or so. So he's not totally, or 292, right? Which I think is tied for 5th in the NL.
Yeah.
So there's an outside chance that Shohei could do it. But I want to just throw this scenario out there, okay? If Marcell Ozuna wins a Triple Crown in the National League, which, by the way, no one is talking about for obvious reasons because he's kind of a piece of shit. Yeah, I'm just going to say it. But if Marcell Ozuna wins a Triple Crown, something that has only happened X amount of times in baseball history, that has all but been a lock for, oh yeah, you're the MVP of the league. Like, are the writers just going to ignore it? They're just going to be like, oh, he won the Triple Crown. Oh, whatever, Shohei, and then just write it in.
Yeah.
Now it could be because like Shohei, could potentially be 50-50, like the first 50-50 player ever. There's a realistic shot that happens. But also they could just be like, we don't like you. We don't like you, Ozuna. So then they don't do it. But like part of me, and tell me if I'm going out of line here. Part of me almost wants this to happen just to see how the media reacts to if Marcell Ozuna, like just not a good guy, not someone that the league should be promoting, ends up being a Triple Crown win.
Yeah, no, I want both to happen. I want Marcell Ozuna to win the Triple Crown and Shohei to go 50-50.
Yeah.
And just see what happens. Just that, because Otai's going to win that award. I mean, he's going to win the MVP award. Even if Ozuna wins the Triple Crown, he will get voted. Ohtani will get voted the MVP, which, I mean, Ozuna obviously has a big argument about that, but I want to see it too because I want to see how we're going to vote. You're right. I want to see how the media responds to it. Very interesting that you are correct. Nobody's talking about is any national media talking about Marcell Ozuna?
No. It's only been Ohtani, which is fine. He's one of 6 players to go 40-40 now. It's it's a big deal. And any other year, yes, of course. And I think he'll still win it this year regardless. But like we've never had a situation where a guy is this close to a Triple Crown. It's this reachable with a month left in the season. And we're just flat out ignoring it.
Right. Yeah,
and
pretty wild.
If it happens, we won't care because either we don't like you or because the other guy is just so good and so amazing that we're going to give it to him instead, which again, I think is the right call, but it's it's funny to see how they would then, try to spin it to say like, oh yeah, I won the Triple Crown, but yeah, who cares?
Back to the American League. I mean, I would love to see Judge win it, but I think, God, Bobby Witt is not going to lose that batting average title. What is he, like almost 3? He was almost 350 for a while.
I would say 347. 347. So he's 14 points up on Judge.
Yeah. I have a hard time thinking Witt's going to lose that batting title. But we all know in the end, Judge is going to win the MVP, and he deserves the MVP. But in any other year, it's a Bobby Witt MVP. And Bobby Witt is tremendous. And he's going to lead his team, I think, to win the AL Central. But, it's very interesting. And like you said, nobody's really talking about that one either. I mean, a lot of people talking about Witt, but are they talking about his numbers that he's putting up? Not really. It's
because of the Royal. Could you imagine if Bobby Witt was a Yankee? I know we're talking like, of course, Aaron Judge is a Yankee, but like if Bobby Witt was, a Yankee or a Dodger or something like that, oh God.
Well, he probably will be at some point, right?
Yeah, no, he'll be a Dodger in like 2.5 seasons. Yeah, no, that's a good point.
Right.
All right. Last baseball note I had for you real quick, Rodney. And it's kind of a stat of the day, if you will. And it ties into what we were talking about, Shohei Ohtani. So Shohei Ohtani is this amazing player. I would know. Spent 6 years as an Angel, not going to the playoffs, but I digress. So Shohei Ohtani this year, and I apologize if this goes against everything we stand for on the stupidest sports show on earth, because I'm going to use a stat that you might not love, but the nerds have created this stat called WRC plus, which in
that's dumb.
layman's terms is okay. Like, how good of a hitter are you? Where 100 is you're league average, and anything above that, you're above average. But Shohei Ohtani right now, this season, this exceptional, amazing baseball player has an OPS plus of 175. It leads baseball. No surprise. It's an incredible number. 175 OPS plus is great. Barry Bonds has had above a 175 OPS plus 10 times in his career, which means that this 2024 season that Shohei Ohtani's having, where he has 40 homers, 40 steals, all this great stuff, would be the 11th best offensive season of Barry Bonds' career.
That's pretty impressive.
That I stole that stat, by the way. So that was courtesy. It was Adam Shear at Ship My Money DFS was the one who initially wrote it. But yeah, so let's just keep that in mind where we talk about how amazing Shohei Ohtani is.
Now
Barry Bonds. Pujols. What was that?
Now do Albert Pujols
against Shohei?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think Barry is going to be the one who just absolutely blows it out of the park, just because of how absurd all of his numbers are. Like 7 of those too, he was over 200. Albert Pujols. So the years that Pujols was over 175 OPS, I see in his 3rd season. So I see in 2003, in 2006, 2008, 2009, but then he didn't do it again. So it would be the 5th best season of Albert Pujols' career.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
He was a good player. Listen. Albert Pujols was a fine young man, a good player, loved the game. He tried hard until he got to Anaheim, but he's no Barry Bonds. In fact, no one is Barry Bonds.
No.
And no. I wouldn't mind this show having one Barry Bonds fact at some point in it every single day until we decide, you know what, we're done with the show, and just linger.
I can come up with one next. What about Friday? I can come up with one on Friday.
All right, you find a Barry Bonds stat on Friday morning. That's going to be a thing. It's just going to be the absurd Barry Bonds stat of the day, and we're just going to bring a new one every single Triple S. I'm good with that.
That sounds good.
All right, our final one, because we gotta go home. We want to have some fan questions. Now, we just got one question today, but again, if you're watching us on Twitter, on YouTube, and you want to interact with the show, drop your comments. We encourage it because we're all idiots together who just want to gas bag about sports. And we did get a question. This is from A Scarborough 93, asking about our favorite sports superstitions. Now, there are a couple ways that we can approach this, Rodney. We can talk about things that we personally do, like if we're watching games, superstitions that we have there. We can talk about our favorite superstitions that athletes do. So I'll kind of let you interpret that however you wish. Like, I could tell you, when I watch a team that I strongly care about, I will, throughout the game, change my outfits depending on how the game flow is going. I will take the jersey off. I'll put it back on. I'll put a zip up over it. I'll keep the zip up on, but I'll half unzip it. There's all these different things that I try, especially during basketball where it's a lot of back and forth, where I'll do that in the hopes that it will help my team win. Yeah. I say that out loud knowing that I sound like an insane person. It doesn't make any sense, but I don't care. You physically cannot get me to stop doing that because I'm a fanatic. That's a superstition that I have, and it's just I feel like I control the game that way, and it's something that I do. Do you have anything along those lines, or are you pretty like level head and you're just like, yeah, why would this impact? Why would I impact the game here?
Tim, me level headed. Good one. That's good. That's good. I'm actually going to go in like the professional ranks, and like I love the Tiger Sunday Red. I mean, that's it. That's the sports superstition that I enjoy seeing. And I, back in kind of my era, probably well before you, because I'm a lot older than you, the Wade Boggs eating chicken superstition. That's one of my favorites as well. That dude like ate chicken all the time. I think Larry Walker had one too. Oh, yes. Larry Walker would always set his alarm 33 minutes past the hour. So if he needed to wake up at 7 or whatever, he would get up at 6:33 because he wore 33. So yeah, it was. Those are some professional ones that I liked. I didn't have a whole lot when I played high school basketball. I ate vegetable beef soup before home games. That was my comfort. It was the winter time. It was cold outside. It had vegetable beef soup. So that's what we did. But anyways, that's what I got.
What do you think of the guys who wear like the same pair of underwear during a hitting streak?
Bruh, no. I mean, it's just gross. Okay, go ahead, but it's gross. Like, change your underwear, change your socks. Like, come on. That's gross. You probably stink. Probably have stuff growing inside of it.
I mean, tell that to the guy around a 22-game heater, man.
Yeah,
that's good.
Right.
Again, this is a perfect question to talk about on this show in particular because there's no logic to any of these things.
None.
But you just do it because you're dumb and you're just like, yeah, whatever helps us win.
One more here. I think Ronaldo doesn't Ronaldo like didn't he would like start the first half with a slick back hair, or he'd have a hairstyle, and then a lot of times at halftime he would redo his hairstyle. It's a superstition that he had. I always found that one interesting as well. I'm not a soccer guy. I think soccer sucks, to be honest, but I'm pretty sure he had that one. Someone might have to help us out on that one, but that's another interesting one.
That was a good question, though. That's a good way to end it, Rodney.
It was. Thank you, Aaron.
Do you have final thoughts? Do you want to grade the show, grade our performance today? How did we do?
Jim on Twitter said thanks, and he appreciated our show, our first show. He said we did a real nice job, so I'm happy. If the listeners are happy, I'm happy. But no, I'm excited to be back. We're actually going to do Friday morning. I mean, we're going to cut off some of our young listeners. They're going to be going to college classes. They're going to be, I don't know, maybe we have high school listeners. I doubt it. They aren't.
Ditch school. Listen to us.
Turn it on at work. I don't know. 8 o'clock Friday morning. That'll get us ready for the weekend, whether we got college, NFL. But then, yeah, we'll be back next Tuesday, same time, same place here. Follow us on Twitter. You just got to drop the W at the end of the Stupid Sports Show with no W. And we'll work on trying to get a little bit better live links going on here. So I don't know. I'm pretty sure we can probably just post it in Twitter ourselves, I think.
You think so?
Why not? Like, isn't there a link that somebody could, like, we could find the link of what's going on now? We could put it on Twitter and say, listen in here. We don't have to have Elon doing that for us. I don't know. There's got to be a link somewhere.
I can't get over Stupid Sports Show without the W. Another reason to hate Elon because he cut us off at 15 characters.
Yeah, but it's awesome though because like we're the stupid ones that didn't spell show right. Oh, anyways, dude, no, I appreciate you. You are the best because you set this up. You got us all going in like 12 hours. Like literally, we talked about this yesterday, and here we are. And I love it. We're gonna be on forever. Appreciate you, man.
Forever. Well, all the smarty pants have quit because they get too annoyed that they stop winning money or that no one takes them seriously anymore. We're just going to be here, just farting our way to the top. Can't wait.
Yeah. We may have some betting picks at some point, but I'm going to lose because like we both suck at betting. So we don't want to hear. If we give you wrong picks. We do not care. I do not care if I gave you the wrong pick. If you don't like it, don't follow it. It's pretty simple.
Okay, fair enough.
That's 1 hour right there, buddy.
Look at that. All right, we will talk to you again. We are on every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Central, every Friday morning at 8 a.m. Central. So we'll do a little nightcap and a little boost to start your morning. So we'll be on a couple days from now. So, and again, you can watch us on YouTube, maybe watch us on Twitter eventually. We'll also be posting this wherever you get your podcasts. The Stupidest Sports Show on Earth, with Rodney and Tim. Rodney, thank you for a lovely evening. And
Sounds
we'll
good.
do this again twice a week, forever.
Forever. All right, man. Later.
Night. See you guys.